Hey guys, and welcome back to the podcast today. I'm Davis.
And I'm Zach. It's kind of whack.
Yes, episode 3 of the, what are we calling this? The Christmas/New Year's
You came up with a
Wackapalooza.
weird, bonanza name for it. I don't know why.
Dude,
It
it's
was
a
oh, it was the freaking Wackathon or something like that.
Wackapalooza.
Whack. My God.
There's nothing wrong with that name.
Sure. Yeah.
Good faith.
Mhm.
Good faith. Today, I guess 2 days from now, is New Year's, which means 2020 is almost over. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm
It's
so
been
happy
too
about
long.
that. This year has been a mess.
It's been god awful.
But this podcast was created in the wake of it. So, that's good at least.
one positive thing out of this year. Well, but I'm exaggerating, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah. One of few positive things that came out of this year. That's better.
But yeah, that's a better way to describe it.
Today we're gonna be talking about New Year's stuff because it's New Year's and that's how we'd like to do stuff. And it's in the title of the Wackapalooza. I don't know.
We started out up here today, and then it's just the energy is just
Yeah, we just start off strong and then it slowly diminishes, which is why people stop watching. No, I'm kidding.
If you're still here,
if
nice.
you're here, thank you for listening or watching or whatever. We appreciate all the support you give us. We're just here to have some fun. You know us. We're dumb. We do what we do whatever.
We do what we want, when we want, and why we want. Don't you tell us nothing about nothing to do nothing. I'm gonna stand by that.
Were there words there? Did you say words?
Yeah. Whether it was English or not is another story, but we're gonna okay.
I think the first thing we should start off with is do you have any resolutions this year?
I don't know. I've resolved so many times to be like, hey, you know what? I should work out. And then it's like, I'll take a break.
Dude, that's my workout ethic is also like that because I'll want to work out and I'll do it for 3 days in a row. And then it's the fourth day I'm like, I can skip today. And
I've
then
done it.
crashes.
It's fine. One day off is fine.
And then it just stops.
It just doesn't happen again.
Yeah, basically. It's hard to get motivated. It's hard to get motivated. For all you people out there who actually do work out, how do you do it? How do you
props to you guys. Oh my God.
Tell me.
I mean, it doesn't help that we're freaking twig arm boys. So
True. But that doesn't matter.
but it just my arms. Oh no, I get the weak. You know what I mean.
We are strong together.
I don't know if you've seen how small amount of weight I can bear and how weak my frail arms are, but I feel like it's nah.
What are you,
I said a lot of
T-Rex
words
or
that
something?
meant
You just got
nothing.
little flail arms.
Essentially, I am a small baby bird with broken wings.
I see. I don't know. I mean, I get it. You're skinnier than me, but that's also just because you barely eat.
No, I eat a lot, in quantity size. It just
It's just a lot of junk.
That's false, actually. I just have a stupid metabolism.
I remember what was it, 2 years ago? And you would always come into class and you would always complain that you were hungry. And I was like, you can just eat. And you're like, I could. And I was like, what? You're
Dude, the
skinny
one
because you
time I
don't
ate in
eat.
class, he's like, I was eating something that was crumbly. I think that was the problem. He was looking at me as I was eating it, and I'm like, yeah, let me put that away.
Wait, who was this?
In English class.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. He was. Oh, what happened?
Oh no.
Sorry. Why is Magic the Gathering popping up? I'm not playing you
Great
right
game.
now.
Great game.
Not
This man never
sponsored.
learned how to play because he's bad, but it's a great game. I don't know. You know, what's the problem here?
The multiplayer does suck though. There's no like
But
party system or anything.
well, that's just because that version is free. So it's like, why would they make it better when you could get the paid version?
I guess, but Fortnite has party system.
That's different though, because that's like made to be a free game. This is very much made to be something you waste your money on.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's just kind of weird that you can't do multiple teams or multiple people against each other. It's only like one on one.
Yeah, it's not great.
Obviously, we're not sponsored. There are people who are getting sponsored by it though. We are not one of them, but
No,
it
God, no.
does exist.
Honestly, I'm telling you though, aside not like sponsorship wise, I think it would be fun if you could actually learn how to play, because that'd be cool. And if it would work online. But that's beside the point. Yeah,
Okay.
okay. What
I,
resolution for you? Yeah.
um I don't really know either. There is this thing of like I need to lose weight and I need to exercise more. Just because my liver, which I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast,
Not on
but
here now.
basically my liver values, um, just for no reason are like it's my liver is very sensitive, and so sometimes like last year when I was on a medicine for acne, Accutane, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's Accutane.
Um, my liver values were very high, and originally we figured that it was the medicine. But then I got off the medicine, and they were still staying where they were, and we were concerned. I was concerned about like my health and what and how my liver was doing. And the my doctor was like, try to lose some weight because that could affect it. And I have lost like 15 pounds since then, and actually my liver values are normal. So like it's just this battle of like I need to stay healthy and keep my weight down so that my liver isn't bad. It's like I mean, it's gonna affect my life in ways like I'm gonna go to college. I'm not gonna drink alcohol. It's probably a good thing anyway, but it's still a thing. So I just need to watch it. But you know,
You see, that just makes you a better friend because you could just be permanently the designated driver. I
I
mean,
will
it's
be.
great.
I will be the permanent designated driver, whether for better or for worse.
Rolling up. I'll take one Coke on the rocks.
Dude, I don't even like soda. I'm gonna be like, I'll take a water with ice.
Water on the rocks.
Just can I have some water? The bartender's like, you sure you don't want something else? No, just water.
Water.
Give it to me straight.
Straight water.
Just give me your tap, your finest tap of water.
You'll find his tap of water served with ice from the freezer. I almost said refrigerator.
No, I don't think that ice goes in the refrigerator.
No, that's
No.
why I did the bad, but
I know, I was making fun of you.
I know, but that's okay. Well, actually, I didn't know, but I do now, so that's fine.
I saw this video and they were like psychological tricks. And one of them was if you start whispering, the other person will have to whisper no matter if it calls for it or not.
It's true. A lot of people like try it because it's that whole like mimicry thing. it's built into our brains. It's like, oh, try to be more like other people because empathy is a thing. And it's like, if I start talking really loudly, most other people will stay at a normal tone, but maybe try and match. But if you go down in volume, people are like, "What's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah,
Is there something? What's wrong? Are
yeah.
you okay? What's
What's
going on?"
happening? What's going on? It's like a thing, and it's just funny because like I because as soon as I saw that video, of course I walked up to somebody and was like, hey, I gotta tell you something, and they were like, yeah, what is it? And I was like, it works.
Got him.
I don't know. Um, but yeah, I think like I never really make a resolution, but I will say that I want to try to be a little bit more motivated this year.
Oh yeah.
Last year I was starting off very motivated because when you take AP classes, you know, your motivation has to be high or you're kind of screwed. Um,
You will die
yeah,
officially.
so at least last year because it was in a regular classroom setting, so it's more difficult. But this year, it just kind of trailed. Like starting real strong, and then like COVID hit, and I think everybody lost their motivation. Like, or at least a majority of people that I've talked to, oh shoot, have, and like I understand that, and I want to try to be more motivated and try to actually like get my work done at a reasonable time instead of shoving it all to the end, which is what I do best. So I
I
want to actually try to get that done because it's hard and I got to work on that. So we'll see how it goes though.
that it's the kind of thing where in working on like not procrastinating and stuff, you procrastinate on doing that. So it's like, oh, I'll get better at that later.
Yeah.
Oh, I have until July to start because that's like halfway, you know? As long as I do it for the second half, I'm fine.
Yeah. I and I it's like one of these things like my application to audition for Appalachian State is due on the 4th, right? And there are multiple writing things that I have to get done. I
Mhm.
haven't started a single one and it's the 29th. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where I need to get motivated. I mean, it's not a ton of writing, but it's still like one of those things where I'm like, ah.
And you're gonna want to like edit that and review it.
So, yeah, it's so yeah. I like as probably like one of those things where I was like, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm probably gonna go work on that. But still, like, it's I want to try to get more motivated because it's hard to get motivated, and yeah,
Yeah, bro. I the one thing I used to do was I'd be like, instead of just trying to be like, okay, I'll do it, I get it, let's go. I'll be like, if I don't do this now, this is gonna interrupt me doing something I like later. So I'd rather just do it now, so I can actually enjoy the thing.
fair.
To
That is a
use
good
your
motivator.
laziness as a tool.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know if that'll work for me, but I'll try it.
I mean, it only worked like 5 out of 10 times, so good luck to you on that one. But it still worked 50%, and that's a success in my book.
Heck you.
Hey, heck you.
Oh man. Um. Yeah, but I don't know. That's probably all I really have for this year. But
I mean, that's a good one to do because if you don't start that like around our age or something, you know what I mean in terms
it's
of
gonna be
just
hard in college.
getting
Yeah.
not just that, but it becomes more of a habit for life, and that's not great in any career. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing to do. What were some of your favorite moments for the year? Because it was a pretty bad year, but there were some highlights. I
Yeah.
think.
Um. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to think about it. Do you have anything? that like you would say just like that you can think of just right off the
Well,
bat?
number one, obviously, is the formation of the podcast. How could you even, like, honestly?
Fair, fair.
Um, I don't know. Number two would probably actually be inviting you to that Discord server because that was a great decision. That was really awesome to get you on there. Clean.
Fair. Yeah. I mean that was yeah. It did become like a majority of our time. So
It really did. I was not expecting that because it was just like, hey, you got this game. I have me and other people who play that game too. Hop on in and we'll play the game. And
yeah.
now it's like every day.
Yeah, it grew into something that like we kind of it's hard not to because it's so hard right now to like to not what's the word I'm looking for? It's so hard to not have other people to talk to right now.
Right.
You know, and so yeah, I'm glad that I was able to join because it would have been really hard to get. We've talked about this before, but it would have been really hard to like. It would have been really hard in this time of basically you're just with your family.
There's a lot of isolation.
um, yeah, yeah. It just would have been. It would have made everything harder because, well, you would have been fine, but I don't know. I would have been very much alone. Like, I mean, obviously, I have some people to talk to, but I don't think that our friendship would have grown as much as it has. And definitely, this would not have become a thing. Like, we
Oh
would
God,
not have
no.
started this at all. It just wouldn't have happened.
No, it did no.
It's so I'm glad it did because, you know, this is fun. This is fun.
We're having fun.
Having a good time.
Having a good time. I can't go that high, so I'm gonna
We,
stop.
we could get copyrighted. Huh? Can we get copyrighted if we don't have ads?
If we're not monetized, I don't think so. So
How does that work? I don't know like all the terms of
does it
service.
just get? You know, it would probably be a good idea for us to read those, but nah,
Yeah, I mean we probably should, but you know, we'll do that at some point.
it's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
we'll
It's fine.
figure it out at some point. Not right now though, just later.
But oh, I see. We're not starting on that resolution yet, eh?
Shh, it's not 2021 yet. Oh man, I don't even know what I'm doing for New Year's this year. It's such a weird year cuz usually like sometimes like I know the last year we went to what is that place called?
Was it
Shoot.
Busch Gardens or?
It get Dave and Buster's. We
Oh,
went to
that is
Dave and
yeah.
Buster's for New Year's. Just to like kind of a party thing. And Kaylin went and like it was fun. And I don't know what we're doing this year. I don't know. Like obviously we're staying home, but like am I with my mom or my dad or like what's the plan? I don't even know. Usually I know the plan, but we don't really have one. So, we'll see.
Yeah, it's weird because a lot of things, especially like the holiday season for this year, usually there's a lot of planning. Everybody's talking about what they're thinking is going to happen. You know, you're conversing with your family a lot more about special events and stuff. But now because you're around them all the time, it's just like I nearly forgot that it was the week of Christmas, and I almost forgot to get some gifts. Um, because it just yeah, I didn't though, which is good. But it's just a very kind of monotonous year with very little conversation about the actual events that are usually highlights or celebrations, you know?
Mm. Yeah. I it's just so weird because everybody yeah, like you said, everybody's gotten so comfortable kind of being around their family. And I know it's not the same for everybody, but like for me, it's like seeing I'm actually okay with seeing my family every day because I know that I'm gonna not have that happen literally in 5 months, 6 months, something like that. So maybe more like
It's more than 6 months.
it's 7 or something. I don't know. But in August, I know I'm not gonna be able to see them every day anymore. So it's like this while this year has been crappy that we're stuck at home, it's also given me an opportunity to hang out with my family a lot more than usual and has, allowed us to just, see each other more because we're not going to school and I mean, you know what I mean? Like we're not
Yeah,
leaving
yeah.
to go to school. We're not gone all day. And my mom works from home, and so it's like at my mom's house, for example, here, it's like I can just go downstairs at any point and see her when I'm not in class and like that's just really nice. Same with my parents at my dad's house when my dad's home and stuff and stuff like that. Like it's nice that we're able to have this time now because we won't in August because we'll be going to
Right,
college.
right.
And and obviously some people are like finally I get to leave home and
Yeah.
I don't have to see my parents anymore. And that's fine. I'm going to be like that too. Like I'm going to want to get out of here as well. But I'm glad that I'm able to have this time now so that I can like cherish it when I'm in college. And obviously there are
Yeah,
times
yeah.
when I hate my parents because of we're stuck together like this obviously, but it's just nice to have this time now because I know that we won't soon. So,
Yeah. It's weird to think about it being so soon because I was like 6 months. There's no way. It's at least 10. But no, it's like 6, 7 months.
which is insane
Yeah.
and it doesn't feel real. And
It
the fact
really
that I'm going to
doesn't.
be 18 in 4 months is incredible to me.
Dude, bro.
I'm going to legally be an adult next year.
Dude,
That's
that's I don't feel because there's always that little you don't really think about it, but there's that subconscious thought that when you hit 18, you're kind of gonna know more about life and know what to do. But I'm thinking about it and like a year from now, I'm gonna be exactly the same pretty much.
you
It's,
think?
it's gonna be like I'm 18. I am now legally responsible for myself. That's the only difference.
Taxes, dude.
Oh God, no.
He forgot about taxes.
Can we just
Actually,
not do tax?
technically, the only tax we'll probably be doing is our income tax, because like technically, we don't really have any other taxes
We don't have property
until
taxes. We
we're
don't have
out
anything like
of
that. So
college. Luckily,
right, right.
unless we get an apartment in college. Wait, do you have to pay taxes on an apartment? I don't know.
There's housing taxes, I think. We should probably
Well,
learn
but
this before we
property
need to do
tax
them.
is when you own a property. So do you
Does the
pay a
landowner take
tax
that,
when
or is that part
all
of
the
your
adults in
rent?
the room are or who are listening to this are like, "Oh yeah. This is what should be taught in school, guys."
Yeah, because
There should be a taxes class or like a life
just
class.
well, because I know that I think it was my dad. I mean, it's different because I know Canada, but it can't be that different. He was like, "Yeah, we learned some of this stuff in school." I'm like, "I don't know how to do taxes. What if I need to pay taxes?"
There should definitely be like a life class, like a life coaching class. It
A
could only be
mandatory.
a
There should be
semester
a mandatory
long,
course. Yeah.
but like it would be so helpful because they would teach you how to file taxes, write a check, get a credit card,
The
open
voting
a bank
process.
account, voting stuff. Like there are tons of things that they could teach us. It's not like a lot of people use this as an excuse to show that oh the teaching system is bad and stuff like that. it's not necessarily bad because it doesn't teach us that. Like there are other reasons why it's bad. It's just like that's not the main like I
There's
guess
more
that's one of the
necessary
reasons,
skills that I
but
feel like could be added, you know, because it's like
like yeah, like but a lot of people are like, "Oh, why didn't they teach us this in school? This is why school sucks." It's like
that's not true
it's
though, because
not
like
going
the
to
things you
take
learn are
that long
still
to
applicable.
yeah. Like it's not going to take that long to teach that class, which is why I think it's dumb that they don't have like a semester that could be an elective.
I feel like it should be a mandatory thing, or they could just, you know, take the different categories and classes that we already have and just add mandatory elements. Like Civ and Econ, you could discuss how the voting process works. For some of the maths, you could go over how taxes and all that stuff works. I mean, it's just the kind of thing where you could add it to courses that already exist, and that would make sense and be very, very useful.
Yeah. So, I mean, nobody like it's so dumb because like nobody no none of the it feels like obviously there are people out there, but it feels like that the government does not care at all about the teaching system, which isn't true, but like they are one of the lowest amount of money things that we
Yeah,
get.
well, because we live in North Carolina specifically, I believe we're like 47th out of all 50 states in terms of education, including like funding and stuff. We're one of the bottom
I
ones.
mean,
So it is
we
different where we live,
yeah,
but
it's hard. It's hard. But
yeah,
anyway, that was a tangent that
that
we
was
don't
a
need to go
tangent and a
into.
half
But
there, but
add that class, teachers that are watching, because that'll be good.
yeah,
Or add it to your course. If you're a teacher, just
just add it to your course.
just put it in there. You can
Instead
literally
of
take
playing a
one
movie,
class.
do that, you
You could
know,
take one
like,
or two classes to teach some life skills.
or incorporate it into like using it as an example for a problem or something.
Mm.
Big brain.
I mean, the only thing I understand is sales tax.
What is that? 7 point something?
Depends
Wait,
on
no,
the
it's
state.
here. Wait, it's not 7% here. It's like 4%. 4%. I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
4%
I
here.
know in Alaska there's like nothing.
Alaska is interesting.
There
They
are
they
there
got
are like a
some.
few states where they don't have any sales tax.
It's not just that, but I feel like here, no. Alaska had a thing where you would get benefits to moving to Alaska,
Yeah,
I
because
think.
no one lives in Alaska.
That's the point. They wanted an incentive. It's like, please, we want people over there. I'll give you something, anything. Just get up
They
there.
probably gave people free land.
That might have been, that could have been it.
Cause
Or
like
it might
that's
have
what they
been,
did for
yeah.
that's what the government did for people out west in the Midwest. Like
Yeah,
the middle
right.
states. They did that because no one wanted to live there.
It's like the Midwest. What's that? Why would we do that?
Dude, Wyoming doesn't exist. It's just a fact.
If you're miraculously from Wyoming,
I'm not
that
from
was only
Wyoming.
Davis. I know you exist. It's okay.
Wyoming doesn't exist. It's true.
No,
Garfield
no,
said it
no.
best. Look that up.
Nebraska
Look
doesn't
that
exist.
video up. Look it up. It's funny. Um It's like the Midwestern states, like what's in South Dakota?
Stuff in South Dakota. I mean,
What's
like, it's.
in like nothing is there. What's in Montana? Like nothing. Hannah,
I mean, if you really
Montana?
think about it, though, there's not much in like a lot of the states. Because I mean, it's like California, New York, DC, and I don't know,
Florida,
Florida.
Pennsylvania,
Well, no,
Kentucky.
I'm thinking like the people, the the states that people not necessarily from the U.S. think of when they think the U.S. You know, it's like New York,
Florida.
California, Florida, Texas. Those are like the main four.
Arizona. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. Some people think of Alabama
Well, that's just because
because of
it's a
Leonard
joke at
Skinner.
this point. I'm not saying people from Alabama are a joke. I'm just saying that Alabama as a state is now like I'm gonna stop.
It is a big meme.
That's a better way of putting it.
Because people from Alabama, they understand that they're a meme and they embrace it. Hopefully.
I've never actually met anyone from
I
Alabama,
haven't
so
either.
they're fine with it. We don't know, but they're fine with it. This is
They're fine with
acceptable.
it. Shush. I don't know, man. They're fine. They got some good stuff happening over there.
They
I
have
don't know what stuff.
they have
Oh, Chicago.
yeah. Well, Chicago is not a state.
No. Well, it's Illinois, but people think of Chicago, which is Illinois, which is another state.
Yeah, but there's like only 5. You know, it's those pretty much.
And Alabama. You forgot Alabama. 6.
Yes, Alabama. Hmm.
If you went and asked someone from England if they knew of Alabama, they would laugh at you and say yes.
I bet. I don't know about that one.
Some people know South Carolina. Some people know Georgia.
That
Boston, Massachusetts.
well, yeah. Okay, Boston I can agree with because it's Boston. But it's like most of the places are wait, yeah. It'll be northeast, like the eastern coast, where, New York, kind of Boston, like all of those big things. And then you got DC. And then it's pretty much just California, which is Los Angeles, San Francisco, and then Texas. I mean, it's mainly what people think of when they think US. It's not a lot of you ever been to Athens, Kentucky?
I guess so. Well, Nashville, though. That's Tennessee.
Nashville's more like US popular because it's very country and folk music center.
Yeah, but you know who love bluegrass music? The Japanese. This is a true thing.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
This is a true thing. I'm not being racist. The Japanese loved bluegrass when it was like huge over here as well. There were tons of concerts. You can look it up. There were tons of concerts all throughout Japan, from like famous bluegrass people. They thought it was great, and I agree.
I
Bluegrass
mean,
is
it's a
great.
pretty good genre. I mean,
Yeah. I don't know.
also their chicken.
Fair.
I mean, have you ever had Nashville chicken?
No.
Dude,
I've just heard it's good, so I'm just like, whatever.
because my dad loves spicy food, and he's like, I'll probably be able to handle the second hottest, style of chicken they got. No, he took like 3 bites and he was dead.
Really?
Yeah, we always joke he burns off his taste buds, but no, this man was like, okay. He ate it for like 2 minutes, a couple bites, and then he was like, he's just turning red. I'm seeing him just keep drinking his Diet Coke, and I'm like, you good, Dad? I'm fine.
That's crazy. My dad is also a spicy man connoisseur. He eats a
Spicy
lot of
man
spicy stuff. He's not a big Mexican guy. I know I said that in an earlier podcast. It's not what I meant. Cleared it up 2 seconds later. Give me a break. Oh man, I don't know, but yeah, he eats a lot of spicy things too, and I'm like, I'm the opposite though. I'm a wimp when it comes to spicy food.
Dude, like spicy food is like it tastes great, but if I could stop crying, that'd be lovely.
You know, Morningstar, right?
The like vegetarian
Yeah.
brand. Oh yeah.
So they make a Chipotle black bean burger,
Black bean burgers.
and it's so good. but it burns your face off.
Black bean burger? A spicy black bean burger?
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Yeah, like the like spice.
I know what you mean.
And
It's
it's so good, but it burns your face off. It hurt. And I hate, like, I don't like the sensation of spicy at all. I'm a wimp, as I said already, when it comes to spicy food. But it doesn't matter because those things are an exception. I will eat those things. I will be crying, but I will eat those things. No, I won't be crying, but I will be frantically drinking water after every bite. They're so good, but they're so spicy. At least to me, a guy who doesn't eat much spice. So check them
You
out.
see, I would be okay with spice if it was the kind of thing that it didn't last. Like, that's why I'm okay with sour and like sour foods, kind
I
of,
love
because it's
sour
like
foods.
you just eat it and then a minute later
Except
it's
for
gone,
citrus.
pretty much.
Fuck citrus.
Yeah. Wait, what?
I hate citrus. It's the
You don't like
worst.
citrus? Why?
I hate
Citrus is so good.
oranges. I hate lemons. I hate
Bro.
grapefruit most of all.
Bro. Why?
Because I hate bitter things, including you.
What
You're bitter
oranges
right
have
now.
you been eating?
What do you mean? What else am I eating?
What kind of oranges have you been eating if they're bitter?
Well, have you had grapefruits? Because they're hecka bitter.
That's not an orange.
But yeah, oranges are totally bitter.
Do you actually have a taste bud problem?
No, they're totally they're totally bitter.
What?
You drink coffee.
That's not bitter.
Yes. Okay, you don't know what bitterness is because coffee is bitter and everyone knows that.
No, it's like an earthy
No,
flavor.
coffee is bitter. That's why it's
I disagree.
bad.
Coffee is not bad. You shut your mouth.
No, but literally, this is, MatPat did an entire theory, food theory on coffee, and the reason that people drink it is because they have to, but it is bad. Like, it is bad. Like, it is by itself.
Dude,
dark coffee
good.
is like, what is the word? Objectively bad. Coffee is objectively bad. Yes, it is.
It tastes good.
Coffee is objectively bad.
Like, I prefer it with half and half, but it's still good black. Like,
no, it's objectively bad. This is a real thing.
It's not, though.
The only reason you like it is because your brain is telling you to like it. This is a real thing.
Then why is sour not bad?
Because it's not. Because most of the time it's paired with sweet things. Most of the time it's paired with sweet things. You don't just eat something that's sour by it being sour.
Some people
like
are
warheads,
like sour.
They're sour then sweet.
Although sometimes they're just sour and they hurt.
And then they become sweet. That's like their whole thing, that they have sugar in them.
Still, it's like...
Okay, I'm telling you the truth.
Sour food it's like, then what's the benefit of a spicy food? It's the kind of thing where it's like the whole reason people like it is because it's bad. I mean, which makes no sense.
No, the reason that bitter is bad is because our brains are wired to think bitter is bad because bitter equals poisonous things. Bitter most of the time was a thing that was like a long time ago, so that when we tasted something bitter, we would think, oh my gosh, this is poisonous, and we'd spit it out. That's what our brain is telling us because it's bitter, and most of the time poisonous berries and things are bitter. This is a real thing. You can look it up.
Okay, I'm gonna take your word on that. But still, like, it's not that bitter.
Coffee is bitter. You just don't know what bitterness means because coffee is bitter.
It's not that bitter. Like it's a little bitter. It's the main like the earthy kind of
which is
flavor to it.
bitterness.
Agree to disagree. It's kind of like a
Okay.
rich, full flavor.
You're just wrong.
You're just you got weird taste buds. If you
No,
think
you're
oranges are bitter,
wrong.
you think oranges are bitter. They're not. They're sweet.
Citrus is bitter in and of
Oranges are
itself.
not.
Okay, whatever you say,
Oranges are
dude.
literally sweet. Okay, comment down below if you think oranges are bitter, because they're not. What kind of tongue do you have?
You also don't think coffee's bitter. So
That's
shut your
different.
mouth. You don't have a say in this.
No. I accept that commonly people think coffee is bitter. I just disagree with that. But it's also a common acceptance that oranges are sweet, not bitter, because it's a freaking orange.
Agree to disagree.
No. Okay. Down below in the comments, is an orange sweet or bitter? I need to know because this is gonna bug me like a lot. This man is dumb.
All right, whatever you say, dude. I don't like citrus.
Because you're bad.
No, because I don't
'Cause
like
you
bitter
are
things.
bad.
That's
You're
why
a
I don't drink
communist.
coffee. That's why I don't drink a lot of things. The audio listeners are not gonna understand the silence.
Okay, I am rubbing my chin to make it look like I am inquisitive and or questioning. I'm just gonna.
They're just gonna
I'm
be
just
like,
gonna do closed captioning for everything I do.
they're just gonna be like, what is happening? Like,
What's with
what
the
is
silence?
going on?
What's going on here?
Scratch his chin slowly, as to not understand, as he. Yep. English is hard. Okay.
Yeah, dude, it's hard. It must be hard even having that as a first language. Like,
Dude, that is your first language.
no, I'm Canadian, but English is not my first language.
Shut up. Well, technically, we're born here, therefore you're American.
that dual citizenship.
You were born in Pennsylvania, therefore you
What? I
speak
can't
American.
hear you.
You speak American. If
I
you're gonna call it
speak-
Canadian, you technically speak American.
I
So
speak Canadian because I say car, a boot.
just because you have an accent, no, the accent is from Pennsylvania, not because it's Canadian. You don't get your accent from being born Canadian. You get your accent from where you
see,
live.
I disagree with that statement. It's genetic. You feel it in here.
It's like
You know at heart.
Boston people, like people that move to England, slowly accumulate a British
Accumulate?
accent because they're living with people who have the accent.
Yeah,
It's the same
but
thing.
I feel it here. It's genetic.
It's like how sometimes
passed
you
down.
say words that are like car, where you say it weird, and then there's
Car.
sometimes when you say another word that sounds like Alabama.
Alabama?
Like
What?
I mean, like country accent.
Oh, well, that's because I just, you know how I be. I kind of just like switch between things because I want to, or because I'm weird like that. I don't really know.
No, but sometimes you do say words unconsciously that sound country
Really? Such as?
because you live here.
I mean, yeah, but at the
Like
same
I
time,
have
it's
I
like,
can't remember any words at the top of my head, but there are definitely words, like I don't have much of a country accent, but like there are definitely words that I say where like it'll come out and I'll be like
well, accent actually. You
accent,
should accent.
accent,
Yeah.
accent. Yeah, I don't know, dude. See, it's just a few words that bring out my accent. So, it's fine. Although to people in like New York, we would have an accent. I would have
We
like a
totally
country
would.
accent in comparison, like a southern accent.
Well, it depends, because I don't know if you do this, but I do this. When I'm talking to someone who has a different accent, I subconsciously just start trying to match them because it's like must be like that to be understood. So
No,
I'll accidentally like
I do it on accident with like singing. Like sometimes I'll listen to somebody who's from a different place, and then like
oh
when I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
sing it, then I'll try to like do it. I'll like try to do their accent subconsciously.
Yeah, well, sometimes in singing though, that's just like how the syllables work. So you kind of need to do that for it to sound like the same song.
Which is
But
how you screwed up that one song.
dude, I don't like I thought back because I have that song actually still on my playlist, and the way I sing it now is actually like a normal person.
Yeah. Who's that
We're not gonna
girl
talk about that.
there?
Stop.
It's so funny because if you don't know what we're talking about fluorescent. No,
Freaking.
what is it
Did
called?
you say fluorescent?
Yeah, because their other song is Fluorescent Adolescent. What is the song called?
Oh, it was When the Sun Goes Down by the
When
Arctic
yeah,
Monkeys.
they have another song called Fluorescent Adolescent that I was about to say. Um, yeah, that song, Arctic Monkeys song. I already forgot again. Um, but yeah, that song, like we did a cover of it in our band. Um, and we were trying to get him to sing normally, right? And we're like, okay, Zach, let's practice this. And he goes, "Who's that girl there?" And we're like,
I did not
Zach,
do it that much.
Zach, you
It
don't
wasn't
need the
like that.
accent. Just sing regularly. Just sing the way
See,
that you sing. And he's like,
I kept saying that it was like it sounds better, but I actually couldn't help it. It
but
wasn't a purpose conscious decision.
and he also sung it like an octave too low. So he was like, "So who's that girl there?" And we were like,
I
bro,
can't help that I have a buttery smooth low register. I mean, what are you gonna do
except
about this?
it didn't sound right. It sounded weird. And we were like, Zach,
Well,
just sing it normally, please. And then we went on stage and he still did it. And we were like, gotta move on.
that was an uncomfortable day.
That song's actually decently hard. It was a hard
One of the
first
most
take.
uncomfortable things, though, was the fact that we got up there. I was like, this is good enough. I'm not totally happy with it, but it's good enough. And then Gavin's cord to the amp wasn't working. So we were sitting there for like a solid 5 minutes, the entire audience watching us as he was trying to get his guitar to go through the amp.
Yeah,
And
it was a time. But it was
and they
good.
thought it
I
was a
think
joke at first too, because they were laughing.
okay,
And it was not.
here's the thing. Is that the only problem is that this is a school event and the
Oh my
song
god.
is about hookers, right?
It really
So
is.
so we're about to start and he goes, "Who's that girl there? I wonder what went on that something. There was
She acts on
something."
streets. She doesn't do major credit cards. I doubt she does receipts. It's all not quite legitimate.
Right. And okay, I the drums don't start for a while, so I'm just sitting there waiting and I look out and there's a grandma in the audience.
I
And you
didn't
say a
notice that.
word, you said a word, you said something like that or something. I think it was like the first line. And this grandma's face, oh, it was so disappointed. It was so disappointed. And a big smile just went across my face because I was like, yes,
Yeah.
this is how it goes.
You see, I was trying not to make eye contact with anybody in the crowd. I was doing that whole thing where it's like roaming eyes, where you're pretending you're looking at someone, but not really. And except for a couple friends who I'd be like, wink, but because I
While
thought that
singing
was
this song about hookers.
funny. Okay, I never said it was a good decision, but it happened.
Yeah. No, I was also doing that, but because I wasn't doing anything at the time, I was like actually like roaming and paying attention. Oh, it was
Mhm.
so funny. It was so funny. I was like this is how it felt like 10 years ago, like or 30 years ago or so, like or in the 70s or 80s when there were like hair bands and Kiss and ACDC and all those people, and they were like, "These are the spawn of the devil." That's the same response, and I was like, "We're doing good
Oh
here."
yeah. Oh, I can't believe we chose that song. Our
Hey,
principal okayed it though. Like we told her what it was about, and she's like, "That's fine." I'm
she
like,
was like, it'll go over the kids' heads. It's all
yeah, it was a
metaphors."
variety show where like because we're K through 12. We have two separate buildings, one for elementary and middle and one for high school, but we're technically a K through 12 school. And the variety show is for, the whole school system. So like the whole K through 12. So it was much to my surprise when she okayed that song.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't that bad. Like it
Yeah, it made a lot of inferences rather than
it's a lot of like metaphors and references, but to people who don't like to kids, they're not going to understand. And it
that's
took
fair.
me multiple times hearing the song to fully understand what it was about. Like to adults, like they're going to get it instantly, but
It's
to
gonna be like,
kids it's like when kids shows put like an innuendo in there so that all the parents can go, ha, this is pretty good.
yeah.
Because like SpongeBob does that
Oh my
and
god,
other
SpongeBob
shows.
was genius.
SpongeBob is genius. It's still going.
Yeah. My god.
Although I like how recently, like because of the pandemic, the voice cast have been doing videos. Like they'll do like Instagram videos. You should
Oh yeah,
follow them
yeah,
on
yeah.
Instagram because they do like IGTV videos where they're like reading a script and the episode is going along with that, and it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dude,
last
what time
topic
we
of
got?
the day because we're running out of time. We got like
Yeah.
6 or so minutes. What was your favorite podcast that we've made of this year? I figure we should, while we've only had, this is episode, I think, 12. We've only had 11 of these. I figure, why not just say our favorite of the year? And it can't be this one because it's not out yet. And this isn't the
Um,
best one that we've made, for sure.
honestly, I feel like the one with Lydia was really good because I got to actually remember things I completely forgotten,
Mm-hmm.
and she she reminded me.
I get that, yeah. I feel like my favorite was I think it's got to be one of the ones where we were back in my backyard
Mm,
cuz I miss doing that being together and like while obviously we couldn't like touch or anything or be really close like it was still not like I mean like shake hands, hug, like normal human things, not like weird things. Okay, weirdo. But like the fact that we were like actually in person and like able to talk to each other was great. And yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Um yeah, I don't know which one specifically. I think one of my favorites is probably our first episode. Not the pilot, but the first one because it was so funny to see how how it transformed just from episode 1 to episode 2 or just from the pilot to episode 1 just from the test episode to the first official one.
oh my god,
It was
dude.
just so different, like
Well, because I was doing the whole like fake voice thing. I was like, yeah, so we did this thing, and it's like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm
and
talking
I was
about.
like, Zach, I was like me editing this, I was like, Zach, come on, just please.
Dude, that was like,
Cuz like if you don't understand how levels work, basically I had to raise Zach's level almost high enough to where you could hear me through his mic.
yeah, because I was like, the scared must go down in volume and voice.
So I just think it's interesting to see the difference there, and I think episode 1, which really was like your like only like your second or third time like putting yourself out there like recently on the
Mm.
internet, like I think it was very interesting to see. And it was, what was it about? I don't even remember.
Was that your wisdom teeth, or
Oh
was
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. And it was about my wisdom teeth, which is a good story. And like I have referenced people to that podcast because like other people have to get their wisdom teeth out too. So it's like I will like it's good that I can just share that and be like, just listen to this, watch this, and you'll
I have everything you need to know pre-recorded. I got you.
yeah, because there are other people that have like come to me and said, I gotta get my wisdom teeth out in a few months. Like, what should I know? Like stuff like that. And I'm like, well, before you go in, like, it's gonna seem scary. It's really not, but like, it's gonna seem scary and stuff like that. But you know, it really wasn't that bad, and you can watch it all right here. You know. Because
Hey.
most of the time it's over text, and you know you don't want to send like a paragraph.
When you hit the word cap, frick. Just gotta keep going.
I don't even think there is a word gap on like
On text.
on text.
Oh yeah.
Cause I've sent like there is a point in which you have to like click on it and then you like scroll through like a separate window,
Right.
which I have achieved before
My God.
just from like copying and pasting the same thing over and over again. But
Oh yeah.
you know how we go.
No, yeah, I do. I do.
I one time in Discord I like just copied and pasted the same thing over and over again. We do that a lot.
You did.
It's fine. Okay, we're out of time, but yeah, happy new year.
Happy New Year.
Early new year?
Don't.
Happy early
Well,
new
it's
year?
before. It's like 2 days before. So
Yeah.
happy early
Or
New
no,
Year.
you wait. This goes
Yeah,
up. This goes up
tomorrow's gonna be the 30th.
So
Wait,
happy
yeah, 2 days
early
early.
new year.
Happy early New Year. Don't forget to whack the like button and subscribe if you like our content.
Yeah, do it.
And
You know,
have
we'll be
a
here.
good 2021.
Yeah, we'll be here in 2021. We still have one more episode of the Wackapalooza. Come back on what is it? Sunday.
What is Sunday?
Yeah. Also, I keep changing the date, but it keeps getting more and more complicated. Music notes starting on Sunday. It keeps getting more and more complicated. We're starting it on Sunday. I'm going to keep moving it back until we understand. So, stay tuned for Sunday, and we're sorry about that. See you then.
Bye-bye.